Okay. Okay, Siddhant, we will start, huh?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so your interview is on tomorrow, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Tell me about yourself.
Sir, thank you for giving me an opportunity to introduce myself. As you see in my resume, my name is Siddhant Kudal. I am from Solapur. I am pursuing the engineering from information technology from Walchand Institution of Technology and completed my secondary education from Sangmeshwar College with 80 percentage and completed my internship in Django framework for Intellize IT. Coming to family background, there are 6 members in my family. My father is a government servant and my mother is a housewife. And my short term goal is to place in a company and to acquire a knowledge. And my long term goal is to complete my post graduation. Thank you.
Okay. So, you have completed your aptitude round, online aptitude round. So, have you faced any difficulty in the online test?
No, sir, no difficulty. Yes, in MCQ, sir, I faced in difficulty in aptitude section.
Okay.
Little bit difficult
Okay.
in quantitative aptitude.
Okay. So, have you done any projects?
Yes, sir, I've done projects. Yes, sir, I've done recently a mini project on examination management system and one internship on e-farming portal and database project on hotel management system.
Okay. So, can you elaborate the hotel management system project?
Okay, sir. So basically, the hotel management system is a software desktop-based application. It is used by the receptionist in the hotel. The basic functionalities of the software is to check the room that are available in the hotel and to display the employees information and and there is a history section where the customers details are present and there is yes sir. And we can add the customers and delete the customers if the customer given the wrong name and the update section also. And in the present section only the customers that are present in the hotel it will display, and in the history section the customers that leave the hotel that are displayed in the history section.
Okay. Have you done any internships?
Yes sir, and Django sir.
Okay. So you have done your internship in the Django framework. So, what kind of task you are done in that internship?
So in the internship first, so it is a paid internship. They taught us that they taught us about the Django basics. Partially they taught us, and the partially we have to learn and to give a project and
Okay.
done a project on the e-farming portal.
Okay. Uh, so is that particular, so whatever the task you are used, is it working now? Is it working in real time?
Yes, sir, it is working. So only the it is and not hosted on the internet, but it is working.
Okay. So how many internships you are done?
One internship.
Okay. And what about your favorite subjects in engineering?
Sir, in engineering favorite subject is SQL, sir, database.
Okay. So can you tell me the difference between the inner join and outer join?
Okay, sir. So basically, the outer inner join is to join the join the tables with the same data. If the one table has a two attributes, a roll number, name, a roll number 1, 2, 3, and names X, Y, Z. Another table is that with a roll number with a mark.
Okay.
The inner join is join the roll number with a same table. Means if the roll number is present in both the table, it will inner join. And in outer join, so there are three types in outer join: full outer join, left outer join, right outer join. In left outer join, all the records from the first table will be taken, and the only the same records on table second will be taken. And right outer join, all the records from the right outer second table will be taken, and only the same records from the left join from first table. And in full outer join, all the records from both the tables are taken, and where the values are not present, it will display the null value.
Okay. So, like in the database, have you done any kind of any projects by in database?
Yes, sir. That hotel management system is a pure database project, sir.
Okay, so in that what are the query you are used?
So the query used is to first query to insert the data, that is customer details, and the update query used to update the customer detail, and the select query used to fetch the data from the table to display.
Okay.
And so then table I used the cardinality. So when the customer leaves the hotel, it will automatically go. The record will automatically goes in the search table history.
Okay.
Sorry, history table.
So, can you tell me what is the difference between DBMS and RDBMS? Difference between DBMS and RDBMS, Relational
So
Database
basically,
Management System. Yeah.
so data send DBMS deals with the SQL queries, while in RDBMS it deals with the relation queries.
Okay. Then the difference between SQL and MySQL.
So we
Difference between SQL and MySQL.
so SQL is a structured query language, but coming to the MySQL is a relation database that uses the SQL query database. Using the
Okay.
SQL query, we can update and manipulate.
And what about MySQL? MySQL is RDBMS or DBMS?
So MySQL is a relational database.
Okay. So, okay. And what about the different subsets in the SQL? Different subsets,
Yes.
different subsets in SQL, subsets of SQL.
Sorry, sir, I do not know about that.
Okay. So, do you know the DCL, data definition language, data manipulation language,
Sir, I
and all?
only heard the yes, sir, I only heard that TCL data control language, TCL transition control language, data control language.
Okay. And what about DML?
So data manipulation language. So DML deals with the records that enter in the table.
Okay.
Insert insert records.
Can you tell me the difference between a relational database management and non-relational database management system? Relational and non-relational. Am I audible?
Yes, sir, audible.
Okay. Then what do you mean by table and field in SQL?
So table will basically the table is a schema
Hmm.
and the fields are the attributes.
Okay. Then.
So in the table we when we insert the records will in the database the records inserted into a table. When we fetch the data, it is come in the form of table.
Then what about field?
So as I told, fields are the attributes in a table.
Okay. And what about what we call as for the columns? For columns, what we call?
So columns and fields are same, I think.
Okay. Then what is primary key?
So primary key is a key which used to identify the unique row from the table.
Okay.
Basically, then table only one there is only one primary key.
Can you tell me the difference between the delete and truncate statements?
So delete statement we delete the records. If you use the records to delete, it will delete the records or a table. But truncate statement only delete the records, not the table schema. Delete will delete the table.
And truncate?
So truncate only delete the records, not the schema of that table inside records.
And what do you mean by data integrity?
Data integrity. I don't know about it.
Okay. And what are the entities and relationships?
So entities are the real world objects. Means so for example, for university, for college, student, staff are the entities, and the relation means the relation between the student and staff.
Okay.
There are the relations.
Okay. Then can you tell me the like different type of indexes in SQL? Different type
Index.
of indexes like unique index, clustered index, non-clustered index. Do you know? Okay.
Yes.
Then what is normalization and what are its advantages?
So basically, the normalization is used to avoid a redundancy in a table, and to avoid redundancy, in normalization. There is one NF, two NF, three NF, BCNF. In one NF, the basically the table is in the one NF if the attribute is a single value attribute. If it is a multi-value attribute, it violates the one NF, and for second two NF, it is a one NF, and there is a no partial dependency. I mean the non-attributes are dependent on the proper subset of the candidate's key.
Okay. Then third normal form.
In third normal form, it is first it is a 2NF, and there is a no transit to dependencies.
Okay. Then what is the acid property in the database?
So acid property are the atomicity, consistency, isolation, durability. So atomicity, if the transition start, so basically the acid property is in TCL transition control language, and then and atomicity once the transitions all the operations of the transition are considered as a one unit. If the transition fails at the midway, it will automatically go to the abort section where all the changes that are done or all are undo all are not saved, and if the transition is successfully submitted, it will commit that all the changes are saved.
Okay. Then what are the different type of operators available in SQL?
So like operator is basically used to basic like operator used
No,
to see the pattern.
no, there are some operators are available, no, arithmetic, logical. Is it available in SQL?
So I think is not available in SQL set in PL/SQL.
Okay. And what are the difference between cross join and not natural join?
So in cross join, if there are two if there are two tables, the single row of the first table it combines with the every row of the second table. It is basically it is a n into m relation, and a natural join it will combine the data combines the record with the same relation.
Okay. Okay. Can you tell me the difference between C programming language and C++?
So C programming language it is a C++ language is object oriented language. It deals with pointers.
C is object oriented.
So C++ is object oriented.
Okay. Okay. Then what about C language and Python language? What is the difference?
So basically C is a compiler based language and Python is a interpreter based language. Comparing to C, and then when Python is rich with the libraries and modules, while C
Okay.
and in C it is in there is a pointer section in the where Python it is not available.
And can you tell me some what are the different OOPS concepts?
Yes, sir. The classes, objects, encapsulation, polymorphism, abstraction. So class are the collection of the objects. It is a blueprint, collection of the data. The class consists of methods and variables which use the more information about the object. Without creating the object, we can't use the class. And objects are the real world entities. They real world entities, and the objects without creating the object we can't access the class. First we have to create the object of that class, and the
Okay.
objects have a state and behavior. Coming to polymorphism, poly means many and morph means shape. Polymorph, if the child class has the same method and parent class has the same method, it is possible in the polymorphism. And in encapsulation deals with the combination of the methods, variables in a single unit, that is class, to avoid the restrictions. We should use the restrictions to avoid the user to access that. Example, private, protected, and an abstraction in a OOPS. It shows only required information to the user. It hides unnecessary information
Okay.
from the user.
And how you can use these concepts in the development of the projects, like these abstraction or these polymorphism? How you can use?
So basically, polymorphism. If there are two classes with the same method, if you want to call the parent method, we use the super method, which will call the base class. That is a parent class method. And
Okay.
in the encapsulation, we keep the variable as a private, so the only that class can access that private variable. If we keep that variable as a protected, so the object of that class can be accessed that variable.
Okay. Have you used any software development model in while working on the project?
Software development model, no sir. I'm not using any software development model, but I know about the waterfall model and agile model.
Okay, so can you just tell me what is waterfall model?
So basically, the waterfall model is a basic model which there are phases in the waterfall model, that is a analysis and specifications, and code and designing, coding and testing, and system testing and maintenance. Basically, the system in feature and in feasible stage, we in feasible section we estimate the cost of the project, means the cost that the cost that the customer is going to give us, and the cost that required to complete that project, and the time required to complete that project. And in analysis and specification, we find out the software that are required for the project, and the specification what we are going to provide to the user. And in coding section, we write designing of the software and coding, and in unit testing, we test the small units. And in software testing, we combine that units and we will test testing alpha, beta, and acceptance testing. In alpha testing, the development members will be tested, and in maintenance, the bugs that we receive from the last stage can be solved in the maintenance. And in the waterfall model, once the when the first stage is completed, then only we start in second stage. Till we not start the water in second stage.
Okay. Okay, Siddhant, see, tomorrow you are having, at what time your interview?
Four.
Okay. So even we don't have the 24 hours also for your interview. And there are few things that I want to mention that, first of all, uh, in WebEx platform, so your interview is on the WebEx platform, right?
Yes.
So the first of all, you are using, I think, your mobile internet from your mobile hotspot.
Yes, sir.
So because of that, see, I cannot see your video. Okay, that is one problem because of the low bandwidth, maybe the low configuration of your computer or CPU. Okay, maybe. Okay, so I cannot see your video. Even throughout the last 15-20 minutes, it was giving error. Okay, so first you take care about your internet. Then uh, suppose if you are still if you are facing the same problem during the interview, then you request interviewer that because of the low bandwidth you are facing a problem. Okay, so you can request, because it is a virtual interview. I don't think they provide chance, but because someone else also they can attend the interview, right? So just you take care about your camera, means the
Yes, sir.
internet bandwidth.
Yes.
So you take care of your internet connectivity. Even you can check it out in your browser also, like what is the speed of your internet. Okay, fast.com.
Yes.
The site is there. You can check it out.
Yes, sir.
But throughout this last 15-20 minutes, your it was completely, it was buffering, and also your video was not I didn't see your video also. Okay, so that is the internet thing is the one issue. And the first question is, tell me about yourself. Okay, so in that you don't need to like tell all the things, like I think you have covered your like all the even for your projects detail, and like your, I think, family also you may be covered. Okay, so you see, but tell me about yourself, hardly you spend only 30 seconds. Okay, because uh, they have your resume, so you no need to give all the details. You just try, you introduce yourself and your department. Okay, and you are like pursuing, like you are a graduation, means you are a final year now. Okay, so that's all. because other details and all, they have all the details, your internship, your project details. And also I asked about the project, and you have mentioned three four projects, but you try to go through in detail, in detail about the projects. Hmm? And also, what is your role in the project? Whether these projects are your you done by your own, or your is it a mini project? You can try to mention while explaining, if suppose if they asked. And also in the internship also. So I asked you to have you done any internship? Then you directly you told it is a Django framework. But I think internship means you are in the it is a, like in the internship you work on the particular framework. Okay, so you just mention that where you are done internship, the company name and all. Then you mention what is the task, what kind of work you are done, and the project and all. Then in the project you are use the Django framework. Okay, so in this way you go, and also the concepts like the DVMS concept, the database concept. You try to still you revise, and for even for software engineering concepts also you try to revise these technical subjects, because they mainly focus on your basic concepts, not in depth. Okay. So what we do, still today we faced some problems. Even your internet problem is also not working properly. So again, you just remind me. You call me in the morning 7:30 or 8 o'clock. Okay. So we have one more mock. Okay. So, but you just check it out with each of you. What is the configuration of your laptop now? Whichever you are changed this
Sir,
laptop.
I5 8 generation.
Then I think your device is
Sir,
okay.
there are low internet speed, sir, in our areas.
So okay, internet is
Sir,
the.
it is a,
So what you do, then you can shift to your any of your friend house.
yes,
Hmm?
yes, sir.
So you can just shift out, and you can do